Hey folks, it's dinner time, so let's get this show on the road. Hey Scruffy, how you doing? No response tonight, huh? No meows? Yeah, it's a yawn. Guess you're bored with this, huh? Don't want your food? So you didn't even come up to the door. Okay, well, how about I bring out your food? So last night you hissed at me the moment I tried to come out, and you went back up. So since you're kind of backed up right now, maybe I can come out without you hissing. Okay, so I'm gonna come out with your food. Ready? Got your food. So put it on the table. Getting the water now. So, the water down. Close the door. And I'm gonna walk past you. And I'm gonna change your water. So you're really quiet tonight. I'm not sure why you're so quiet tonight. Okay, so put the recycle bin back. Okay, finished swapping your water, so now I'm gonna sit in the chair. Okay, so I'm gonna get the glove on. Okay, still trying to get the glove on. Okay, I got the glove on. He's already walking towards it. So yeah, he just brushed up against my leg. And he just had a chirp or something. Trill, I think. So yeah, I looked it up. So apparently, the chirp is something else with a cat. Sounds like a chirp to me, but apparently I think the correct term is trill. So you can see there's a grooming artifact there, so he's might have fleas again. So I forgot how long it's been since I gave him that last flea pill. So he just turned around there. So I guess chirping is related to hunting or chattering birds or prey, mice, I guess. So I guess they chatter and they make sounds when they see something they might want to kill, hunt. And then trilling, I guess, is the noise that they make. That's not a meow, but generally for happiness. So I'm thinking about Star Trek and the Trill race and the symbiont. think it's symbiont. So Stargate SG-1, I think it's symbiont. So it's like slightly different. So, and I know the writers of each show complain when people mix up the two. But in Star Trek, yeah, they get the trill. It's a little worm. Yeah, they basically do surgery in your body, insert basically another life form into you, and you get joined. And so you get two life forms sharing the same body, basically. And the trill lives a long time, so when the host humanoid body dies, they keep the worm part and transplant it to a new body, and so they can get many lifetimes of experiences which they share with the new host. So that's what I think of when I say trill. So I think of that Next Generation episode where they introduced it, and then of course I think of Dax from DS9, Jadzia and Ezri. Of course, yeah, the writing, unfortunately, for Dax, it's kind of bad because the writers didn't seem to know what to do with Jadzia, and so basically they started writing her like a Klingon, basically, because Curzon, the previous host, hung out with Klingons all the time. And so rather than making Jadzia unique and interesting, they just basically wrote Curzon, and basically just wrote a Klingon. Ezri was at least different, but yeah, she only had one season to do something, and that show has so many plot threads going on and so many characters, especially in that last season that they needed to finish up. Don't have much to do with Ezri. I always had a theory. It usually takes like three seasons to basically introduce a new character from a show that's already been established. Because basically the first year, the fans are mourning the character that the new character is replacing, and they're kind of suspicious and don't really like the new character a lot of times. And the second year, they you start getting used to him, but you're not generally on board still. Might be giving it a chance, might be getting used to it, but also the writing a lot of times still hasn't really figured out what's going on. And then usually by the third season, the writers kind of know what's going on, and the actor knows what's going on, and the fans are like, okay, we're starting to like this character. But yeah, so any show I've seen that has a late replacement character, it usually seems to take at least 3 years. So if you've seen Married with Children, Jefferson D'Arcy placed Steve Rhodes, and the actor is it Ted McGinley. So he was also a replacement character on Happy Days, and I don't remember if he was a replacement character on Love Boat also. I know they made fun of like all his stints, particularly Married with Children. So they called it out a couple times, that he was on Love Boat and Happy Days. And I suspect, you probably kept playing a replacement character. So his career basically kind of at least with Happy Days and Married Children, you have to go through that multiple times. And so he's like an expert on the replacement thing. So we were going about 10 minutes here, so I guess it's about time to feed you. Okay, how about we get your food now? Get the glove back on. Glove starts falling off with gravity. Okay, here's your food. So you got meaty pate with real chicken and tuna tonight. I'm gonna pick up the brush now. And yeah, we got some grooming artifacts that we're gonna have to try to clean up. He is moving, trying to avoid the brush. So yes. Okay, that's probably good enough. And the camera went all out of focus. So I'm going to switch brushes. And see if I can get the camera to refocus. Still looks a little blurry to me, but he keeps watching the brush tonight, so for whatever reason, he's not digging the brush so much tonight. But yeah, he doesn't really have any knots or anything. Okay, so I'm going to flip the brush over. So this is the soft side. So this is the side he tends to enjoy the most, I think. Maybe enjoy is too strong of a word, tolerate the most. So I saw Scruffy last night on the table again. It's after midnight, so he wasn't on the table all evening. And then I think right before I went to bed, I went kind of late. I've been having trouble sleeping, so my sleep schedule's all screwed up. So I think I'm done brushing him. So right before I went to sleep, I got the flashlight out, shined it out there, and he was back on the table, and he was awake. So he was staring right into the kitchen. I didn't turn on the lights in the kitchen, so I think he had a hard time seeing me. But yeah, so when I shined the flashlight at him, I think I scared him, and he quickly jumped or moved aside. Still on the table, but basically, yeah, he's kind of in a defensive posture, kind of looking into the kitchen window. I think he was looking at the flashlight. I don't know if he could really see me since it was dark. But basically, I just left him since I was going to sleep. And then I think today, so today the weather was overcast the entire day. I don't think it rained But yeah, it looked like it was going to rain, but yeah, it didn't. So I think I didn't see Scruffy this morning, so I thought maybe yeah he left or he took cover or something. And then this afternoon, I saw he was on the table sleeping, and he stayed there most of the afternoon. So yeah, he was on the table and he was basically sleeping. I think his head. I don't think he saw me because he was asleep. And then I went for a bike ride. I think came back. And yeah, he was still on the table, sleeping in another position. So yeah, he keeps taking over more and more of my table. So it's supposed to rain tomorrow. Actually, it's supposed to rain tonight and through tomorrow. It may be a break tomorrow afternoon, but yeah, it's kind of unclear. And it may rain in the evening again tomorrow night. So depending on the weather, I might try to go out for a run or something. But basically, I figured today would be my last chance at a bike ride, so I went out and did a bike ride. Even though I had kind of a recovery day yesterday, I didn't really feel like I had a lot of energy today. So I did my minimum route, and then I did do an extended section. But one of the sections I do usually when I do an extended part is it's kind of a steeper uphill thing. It's actually one of the more challenging parts. But when I do an extended route, I usually like to go up that one. But today, I just didn't feel like I had the strength to pull that one off. So I did a different extended route that wasn't quite as steep as that one. Though I think it's actually a little longer. So yeah, they closed off the park. They said it was at capacity, so they weren't allowing more cars in. But when I went in, there were like really not that many cars, and there weren't many people at all. I thought I'd be dodging people on the trails and stuff, but there's barely anyone on there. So I don't know what. I think they're just making up these numbers. Oh, park's full. I think they just kind of arbitrarily say, let's close it, because there's I'd probably say 20% of the parking slots are full. There's actually a car that pulled up, regardless of all the signs saying lot full, do not. You cannot drive in, pedestrians and bicyclists only. There was one car that basically ignored it, drove all the way in, and then there's a little booth that you have to pass to drive into the park. And the driver, I think, was haggling, trying to negotiate a way in, because the cars are actually coming out. So, and I said, there are a lot of empty slots when I actually got in there, and I could see there are a lot of cars, coming out. And I guess it was mid-afternoon, so I guess people are saying, weather's not so great, and we've been here, so time to leave. But anyway, so I think after a few minutes, so basically I rode past the guy as he started talking at the booth, and then eventually I saw him pass me later down the road. So I think after a few minutes he was able to negotiate his way into the park and go in. And there's no reason you should not have been able to go in. So note to self, probably should just ignore the signs and try to negotiate yourself in if you want to go. So I came back, and so Scruffy was on the table, sleeping still. And he was sleeping. So, yeah, even up to an hour before dinner, my guess is he probably woke up about a half hour before dinner and then came to the door. Because I saw him, yeah, about an hour before dinner, still sleeping, and I was wondering, yeah, would I have to wake him up, or would I have to just let him sleep if I don't want to wake him up? And because he was on the table, I was wondering maybe he's hungrier than usual, make sure he doesn't want to miss a meal. But I think, yeah, based on his behavior tonight, he doesn't seem that hungry. Didn't really meow or anything. So I think he was just expecting maybe rain. And so he decided to get on the table. It's raining not till tonight. And yeah, the camera's still kind of badly focused. So let's try zooming in and see if that helps. So moving the ball, so there's actually a little bit more food. Sorry, I was reaching for a napkin that fell on the ground. So anyway, he's almost gone. I might just leave. But I'll give him another minute or so. But yeah, there's food in the bowl, so you should like finish it. So I thought, yeah, he could be hungrier tonight. So I've noticed. So I've been looking for a pattern basically. So some nights he's really meowy, and then other nights, yeah, he's like tonight, where he just doesn't seem very interested or motivated, but he'll eat. And so I've been trying to see if there's a pattern. So I'm thinking, like, as you go through cycles where, one night he's really hungry, and then over the next few nights he's less hungry, and then he becomes more hungry again. So I thought maybe there's a possibility he'd be more hungry tonight since he hasn't been very meowy in a few nights. But I guess that pattern didn't hold, or I need more time. But I thought, yeah, because he was on the table, maybe it was a hint that, yeah, he didn't want to miss a meal. I'm also kind of wondering why he's on the table in the middle of the night looking in the kitchen. So I'm not sure if he's just wanting to sleep or if he really does want to get my attention or he's spying on me. I'm not sure what his intention is. So I think last night or the night before, I caught him like pretty late. And as I said, I've been having trouble sleeping, so I know cats, they wake up near sunset and sunrise, so it could have been, yeah, he was getting up. Sorry, I took off the gloves, so I guess I could get it back on, but I try to pet him, just getting used to it, but I suspect he'll dodge me. Honestly, I kind of want to go in, so I haven't eaten yet. Yeah, there's a big chunk of food that he completely missed. So I'm kind of glad he's eating it. Because, you know, this food costs me money. I hate it when I waste it. So I thought he'd like it tonight a little better. So this is a fresh can. So generally, I don't give him the full can. I only give him a fraction of the can, and I mix in dry cat food with it, and then I save the rest of the can in the refrigerator. So a lot of nights he has refrigerated cat food, which is, I think, a little harder, and I know some of the liquid in the can, it turns into like a gelatinous substance, so it basically solidifies. And so I'm kind of guessing when it's room temperature and liquid, it tastes better. So since, yeah, this is a fresh can that's room temperature, I thought he might enjoy it better. But can't really tell with him. I think he's going to leave. Yep, he's leaving. You better not scratch. Okay, I don't think I heard any scratches, so I guess we're okay. He's still not using that scratching post or whatever. So I'm still irritated by that. Stupid cat. I don't think he knows how to use it. Even though I demonstrated it twice. Anyway, I guess that's it for tonight. Thanks for joining us, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.